Folks, Donald Trump is on the verge of straight up losing the Iran war and losing it really, really badly. This was going to be a 2 to 3 week war. We are months into this thing, week 20, whatever. I've kind of lost track. And Donald Trump, and I guess to a degree, Benjamin Netanyahu as well, believed that this was going to be quick. This was going to be decisive, 2 to 3 weeks, won't even consider boots on the ground. And we are now months into this thing. None of the central objectives, to the degree that Donald Trump is able to articulate them, which is a different question, but none of the objectives, as we understand them, have been achieved. Iran's nuclear program, it's been damaged, sure. The ballistics missile program, it's been damaged, but none of these have been destroyed. Iran certainly hasn't surrendered. It has a new government, which is really just its latest version of the previous regime, because it's still all in the same family, is more determined. It's more radical. American troops continue to be killed, injured. The United States is now running very short on critical weapons. Remember, Donald Trump, when he took over in 2017 from Barack Obama, said, the cupboards are bare. Obama left the cupboards bare. And that wasn't true then. And now we are actually running very low on munitions. And maybe the most just humiliating, pathetic aspect of all of it is that Iran is effectively in control of the Strait of Hormuz, which is, as I'm sure most of my audience knows by now, one of the very important strategic and economic waterways on Earth, involved in about 1/5 of all oil transit. So now we get to a new report from the New York Times, which says that our own allies see that this is a defeat for the United States. Now, understand that to lose a war, you don't have to go, we surrender and we lose. It's you fail to accomplish your strategic objectives while doing economic damage to the country and eventually retreating. You never go, we lost, good game, right? It's not good game. But you see the dysfunction exposed. You see growing American vulnerability. The United States can't convert what is admittedly overwhelming military power into an achievable and definable political result. And Trump's theory hasn't changed at all. It's the same kind of simplistic fantasy he's had from the beginning, which is we hit them hard enough for long enough, they will give up, give us everything we want. And Trump even said, again, on just a couple days ago on Friday, Trump goes, we're going to hit them. We're going to hit them very hard. And they're going to say, we can't take it anymore, sir, with tears in their eyes. But Iran is not saying that. And instead, the United States is kind of learning a lesson you'd think we would have learned by now from prior war escapades, Vietnam, Iraq, Afghanistan, which is, yes, we do have the superior firepower, but it doesn't guarantee that these incursions are well advised. And it doesn't guarantee victory against adversaries who may be way more willing than we are to absorb punishment and just kind of wait you out. And what Iran now has, remember, Trump told Zelensky, you don't have the cards. Iran has some cards now. And card number one is massive leverage over global shipping. They're demanding control over the northern route of Hormuz. They want shared control over the southern route. They want the authority to put in fees, sort of like tolls for going through the strait. And if Iran can manage to emerge from this war with an intact government, I hit my microphone and I apologize for that, with an intact government, with a damaged but operational weapons program and control, at least to some degree, over the Strait of Hormuz, the United States lost. It's not we lose, we're going home, but effectively the United States will have lost. And this is why the blame game has started. Vice President J.D. Vance and other American officials are saying Netanyahu sold this to Trump. And American and Israeli officials are blaming one another for what's going on. So this is the first stage of Republican flight from Trump's war. Everyone positioning themselves to say Trump was misled. People weren't sufficiently consulted. They never really supported the strategy to begin with. And if the defeat becomes completely undeniable, you should expect the stampede away from Trump's decision to do this to accelerate, because Republicans spent months to a degree cheering the bombing. They will discover, I was concerned all along. Now, J.D. Vance was concerned all along. There is extensive reporting from inside the Oval Office, inside the White House, that Vance was against this. And he would basically go, I don't think this is a good idea, but if you decide to do it, I will support it. And then publicly, he supports it. So all of these kind of weak critics are going to be coming out when their election in November is at stake and going, I never supported this thing. Our allies have already drawn their conclusions. Middle Eastern governments are hedging. They're saying, well, we should improve our relationship with China, with Russia. European allies view us as unpredictable, and Russia and China know that we have severely depleted our critical munitions. Does that make us strong or does that make us weak? I think it's obvious. Now, what were Trump's promises at the campaign level? Restore American strength to a new level. But he's antagonized our allies. He's depleted our weapons. He's damaged a bunch of different alliances. And now Iran has so much leverage and Trump can't get out. If he stays in the war, resources keep getting drained, troops keep dying. If he goes further and says, we're going to do that ground invasion I thought about or talked about, that could be completely catastrophic. And if he just says, we won and we're leaving, but Iran still has all the leverage to create the exact same chaos that caused Trump to do this in the first place, then that's a disaster too. So Trump started a war he didn't really know how to win. He can't figure out how to end it. He said he's ended it 50 times. Iran can just outlast him. And Republicans are going to have to race away, pretending they were never on board in order to justify to voters, hey, this was Trump's thing. This wasn't my thing, which may help them in a way in November, but it risks turning Trump against them, which, as we know, can be a very bad and dangerous thing. So that's the situation where we find ourselves today. What about Trump on yet another deal that's coming? I don't think it'll surprise you how that went. A lot of people carrying debt don't think to themselves, I'm in trouble. They're not necessarily behind on payments. They're working. They're kind of managing. But if you're carrying credit card balances, personal loans, collections, medical bills, the question is whether your current plan is getting you out fast enough or just kind of keeping you busy. That is what our sponsor, PDS Debt, can help you figure out. PDS Debt gives you a free 30-second assessment. You can compare your current path with their customized debt relief options. They will look at your unsecured debt. They'll use financial data to personalize a solution that will work for you and show you what you might qualify for before you have to decide anything. The programs really are designed to just reduce what you owe, simplify multiple payments into one lower monthly payment, and work towards being debt-free. There's no minimum credit score. Savings start the day you complete the assessment. And PDS Debt is top rated in the industry with thousands of 5-star reviews and an A+ rating by the Better Business Bureau. Lots of people in my audience use PDS Debt, and we looked at the numbers for people coming just from my show. It turns out the average David Pakman Show viewer who uses PDS Debt saves an average of $24,994. Get your free 30-second personalized assessment today at pdsdebt.com/PakmanYT. The link is in the description.